What is going on, YouTube? Luke back with a video. In this video, I just want to talk about a few things, just a light conversation with myself and the camera. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about, what it is to be sort of a spiritual person, what it is to be like, I don't want to say connected, because I don't fully know what that means yet, because everybody's on their journey. I don't believe, we're always learning, always growing spiritually throughout our whole entire life. So it's a process, but find the inner connection and joy. But I'm going to talk about those topics now. I love being alone in my space with my energy and just chilling. And I got my new meditation cushion, because I'm 6'3", 6'4", so when I cross my legs for too long, it's not good. But yeah, I just want to talk about what it is to be spiritual, and what it is to have I would say deeper understanding, a deeper sense of questioning in your life, to know what it is to feel true inner fulfillment rather than external egoic fulfillment, through material and pleasure and just things that you can acquire and things that you may experience externally. I'm just gonna put this out before it gets a little too smoky. But I think I had my spiritual awakening I would say about a year and 4 months ago. I've always been self-aware, self-present, self-knowing, I'm watching myself from an external point of view. But I had a real awakening within myself, because I was in a lot of pain. I was in a lot of depressive pain, and it was hurting me, and I couldn't get out of it. So I turned to many different ways of behaving. I was living a pretty not nasty lifestyle, but I was living a lifestyle that wasn't who I was as a person. I live in southwest London, so the culture around here is very jacked up, jumped up, sort of material, social media-y, roadman. So I was just living a lifestyle that wasn't fulfilling who I was actually as a person. I believe I've become the person who I'm supposed to be now. I'm a sort of hippie sort of bloke, and I'm connected. I love people. I love people, because when you look into somebody else's eyes, they have their own. There's the window to their soul, their window pane, and it's like they all have everybody has their own story, and everybody has their own feelings, thoughts and emotions, and everything that you feel, just their own reality. And I think that's so beautiful. When you meet people, you connect with them on a spiritual level. That's the beauty. So what it is to be a spiritual person, from my perspective, is to have a deeper sense of questioning and deeper sense of wanting to know. But when I say want, that is a lust, and I don't believe that a lust is a spiritual practice, because that is an innate sort of animalistic, tribalistic sort of tendency that us as humans have. When I mean want, I mean I'm striving towards that through spiritual practice and the general lifestyle of it all, and my experiences, what I surround myself with energy-wise, my environment, my how I live my life, how I treat myself, how I talk to myself. Our relationship with ourselves is so important, because who do you wake up with in the morning, every single morning, indefinitely, throughout your whole entire life, up until this moment and until you die? Yourself. Who do you look at in the mirror in the bathroom in the morning when you go in there? Yourself. The relationship that you have with yourself is so important, because that's all you have. Everything else is external. Even your family members, your mother is external to you. Yes, you are the most connected to your parents, the life force of who you are. They are you in essence. But I'm saying you as an individual with your own consciousness, all you have is your way of thinking and mind and body and soul. So I think the spirituality comes from knowing that, and knowing that to perfect that, sort of round yourself out, not out of ego, but out of true organic spiritual matter, that is a sense of spirituality. That is the sense of spirituality I get. The essence of wanting to just fulfill who I am as a person and my life experiences in this matrix, because we live in a matrix, especially in the Western world, where there's no doctrines that we follow. There's lack of culture, lack of community, lack of coming togetherness. You know, we're all very individualistic, materialistic, nihilistic, you name it. And we live in a broken society, so coming together as a spiritual, coming together with myself is very important for me. And rather than, connecting to things like material items, I don't know. Like, this is a prime example. This is a Gucci water flask with a thermostat on the top. It was a great gift. It was a gift. I would never buy something like that for me personally. But appreciate whoever bought that for me. But that made me happy for a very small amount of time. And that's the typical Gucci, it's a water bottle. It's not a handbag or a hat or whatever, or like a jumper. But it's the most matrix brand that you can get. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, like all the super platinum designer brands. It gave me no inner fulfillment whatsoever. And now, this crystal, this was given to me by my girlfriend. It's a rose quartz, so it has a lot more meaning than anything else. But this crystal made me so much happier than that stupid flask did. Not saying that flask, I'm not undermining it, but I've used it for a year and a half. It's given me my life source, which is water. So, but anyway, that little rock, this little crystal, this trapped energy source that was not only given to me by someone who's incredibly precious to me and I love, but it represents, firstly it represents the love exchange, but it's just beautiful, and it's just giving me a lot more fulfillment than a great material item. Even though that rock is a material item, but it's not something that you can do anything with it. You can only connect to it. It's not something that you can get anything out of. So I get fulfillment from things like that. And I try and not wear design. I have a lot of clothes, right? And they're all sort of designer, sort of a bit expensive branding. I actually went and sold a lot today. But I don't want to wear those anymore. This is organic cotton, sustainable cotton t-shirt. And it's just a beautiful fabric. And I wear like these. Okay, look, I wear these trousers all the time. I've got 2 pairs of these. They're like hippie trousers. I love them to bits. They're super comfortable. And when you stand in a certain position, they don't feel like you have anything on. But and these robes and blankets and stuff, these things give me fulfillment, even though the material. But it's the essence within myself, the spirituality within myself, the ability to sit like this for however long I feel like I need to, and watch what is going on within me. If I'm having a shit day, I'm talking, my self-talk is negative. I then watch the self-talk and I think, that is not how you speak to yourself. I'm not going to beat myself up about it, but I'm going to observe it and then undermine those negative things, and I'm going to counteract it with positive things that are actually true, not theoretical like fantasies and just ridiculing, self-ridicule. So and it goes way deeper. Your spirituality, general questioning. I'm not talking about being woke about like politics and stuff like that, but it comes with the territory. Understanding that a lot of pharmaceutical companies keep people, literally, they don't give out the drugs that really do help us, like psychedelic drugs, because not only will they awaken people spiritually, but it will also fix them almost instantaneously after one dose. So they've lost a customer then. It's things like that. That's woke. That's wokeism, right? I'm talking about deep spirituality where you connect with your inner spirit and your soul and the other people around you. But I love where I'm going. I hope you're on the same path, because I believe that's the path that we should all be heading down. Because to become connected, to become ecologically sound, our ecology in our world is being destroyed because of ego. The things that we think we need to feel fulfillment, firstly, it's there's agriculture, so we need food, but like beef and soy and palm oil, all these things that produce these sweet foods that just hit our taste buds once and they give us dopamine. We don't really need that. We just think we do because we're addicted and we've been told that. It's things like that. That's another form of wokeism. But we need to become sound with the planet and each other again, because there's no other way. Like, what are we going to do? Just become a disenfranchised society that's cracking through the middle of the bond that we have and share with each other, our fellow human beings. So, man, I just take, after you watch this video, please, if you have the time, just take 5 minutes and just sit still with yourself and watch how you speak to yourself. Watch the thoughts coming into your mind. Watch the turbulence, if there is any. Watch the peace, if you feel at peace and feel at love. But just remember that, like, you know, there's always people that love you. And if no one loves you, then you can love yourself. There is a way you can love yourself. You need to work on yourself. You need to become in tune with yourself. You need to love. You need to build yourself up so that you have something to love. But if you have someone to love, then you're very grateful. You should be very grateful. And if you are loved, then again, very grateful. I'm very grateful for my family and people around me that love me dearly, and I love them too. So, you know, I'm going to talk more about spirituality because that's who I am. I talk about self-help, mental health and stuff, but this is really who I am. It's not anything else, really. I'm just a light being. I'm a light being. I want to be free of burden. I want to be lying on the grass in the sun, eating a twig, and I don't know, shit like that, man. That's me. But tell me about yourself in the comments if you want. Like this video, subscribe, do whatever you want. Stay free and stay loving of yourself, because that's all we have.